Hey, staffingpreneurs, how are you? I hope all is well. My name is Dee Williams, and I show professionals how to start, grow your very own niche staffing agency business every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I go on YouTube and in the Six Figure Staffing Startup Group to talk to professionals just like you about starting, growing, and maintaining your very own niche recruitment and staffing agency business. And I answer questions. I can consult and coach and all of those great things. You got about 15 good minutes, but and sometimes 30, depending on how. And actually, I am super because we just got off of our Wednesday Q&A, I think Prettywords Academy. This call tonight is typically a full 2-hour call. The success stories just coming in back to back. People getting placements, people getting new contracts, the whole nine. I hope I'm in a six-figure group. I hope so. I thought I saw Constant group as well. I hope I'm not in my main group. But we've just had so many great successes tonight, and I'm like so fired up. It's so amped up, and my voice feels a little raw. Sharing with each and every one of you. Oh, okay, hold on one second. I hope I'm in the right group. Tia, are you in my six-figure group? Look at me. Tia, am I back in the staff? Are you in my six-figure group? I figure. All right. So while I'm here, answer any of your questions, as we do every week, I would like to ask you to represent your niche. Hello. I'm in the wrong group, Tia, or I'm in the... Oh, no. Okay, hang up. Okay, y'all get out of this group. I'm in the wrong group. Hold on 1 second. They laughing at me. Hold on, guys. I hope you guys... Okay, so, I'm in the splits group. Wait a minute. I have so many Facebook groups. It's crazy. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. I've got so many groups here on YouTube, on Facebook. Let me just see. YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So as we do every week, can you represent your niche? Tell us where you are located, what your niche is, what you are doing in your business. Represent your niche. Hello. Woo! All right. Hey, we've got here. Oh, here we go. We've got, and can you put your name in as well, just in case, because I don't remember everybody's names from week to week. But I know I've seen you here 1,000 times. So if you could put your name in and let us know so I can talk to you by your name, that'll be great. We have someone that has responded in here, and they say, hey, Dee, my niche is optometry, recruiting, and staffing agency. I love that. That's for the eyes. The demand for optometrists is skyrocketing. This is Said. That's right, from Memphis. Said is in the house from Memphis. Hey, Said. Thank you for being here. Tell me about, I love that. I know optometrists are needed because with the foods we eat today, I'm sure we are definitely like not treating with the most love and care. So I know there are many different doctors out there, doctor niches out there that are in high demand. And I didn't know optometry was one of them, but that's a great niche. And there probably are there's not a lot of competition in your niche either. I can almost guarantee that there's not a lot of competition in your niche, Said. So that's awesome. All right. We also have Age Side in the house representing Louisville, Kentucky. Aisha's here. Wow. Hey, Aisha. That's what I'm talking about. Representing Age Side. I love that, Age Side. That's a nice name right there. These names are definitely like fire. I'm loving that. Said, what's your business name? What's the actual name of your business? I would love to know who else do we have here tonight, and I'm definitely open for questions. James Johnson, Dallas, Texas, still defining a niche. Nothing wrong with that, James. That's what we're here for, to talk about what niche would be perfect for you. So let's talk about it. Tell me what you're passionate about, what you enjoy, and do you want to recruit in the area that you're already in? Great questions there, and I'll wait for your response. And while we're waiting for James to respond here, he says, yeah, I know, Sid. I know that there is probably not a lot of you don't have hardly any competition in that space. So you definitely picked a great niche. You're just a word of advice. I'm going to tell you now, your job, your goal is to connect with every optometrist on this planet and to develop great relationships with them. Because the stronger the relationships you have, the stronger your capital is, and your candidates are your capital. That's going to be imperative for you. That's going to be imperative. I love it. Okay. Visionary Group. I like that, Sid. That's a nice name. Representing. All right. Visionary Group is representing from Memphis. All right. Miss Marcus, you still thinking about your niche? No, sad face. What are you passionate about? Tell me what you're passionate about. What do you do currently right now? Do you enjoy what you do? Because you can recruit in that space. If not, what about an area of business that you're absolutely passionate about, that you want to get involved in, that you really want to make a difference, through working through that particular area? Don't make it too hard. Just think about things that you're interested in. Okay, James is currently in security personally, but looking for IT or marketing, but wanted to do executive chefs. That's where my passion is. Then why are you even thinking about IT then, or marketing? Executive chefs is where you want to be. And you can do so many great things with executive chefs, James, because think about all the places that require an executive chef. You've got country clubs all over the world in real life. And those high-end country clubs, they are always looking for the top chef to bring more, better high-end clients into their golf or country club community. You've got resorts. You've got top star restaurants and hotels. You've got, the choices. You got traveling chefs, executive chefs. There are executive chefs needed for entertainers, for sports professionals, for, just the wealthy. You can do so much with executive chefs. If that's your passion, follow your passion, because you're going to be able to talk about it in a way that nobody else is going to be able to do so, because it is your passion. I love that. Yes, he said, my passion is food and culinary and bars and training and developing. And I love that. I was a bartender in a former life, in this life actually, but I say a former because that was like 20 years ago. I can't even believe I'm saying 20 years ago. It's like 20 years ago I was a bartender, and I really enjoyed working. I really enjoyed working at the bar. You meet some very interesting people, right? So Ms. Marcus says sports. I actually own a sports consulting company, laugh out loud, but I also have experience in security. And when in college, I was a special ed major with a concentration in sign language, but gave it up because of the demands of playing college b-ball, but I love the sign language. Well, I'll tell you this. I don't know necessarily about the sign language space per se, although I believe that you could probably do a niche recruiting and staffing agency placing folks that specialize in sign language, right? But I will tell you that language translations, that's a big niche that you can get into. And it's definitely a big space that you can get into on the government side, because they're always looking for translators to translate, other languages so that we can have a better understanding of intel, right? So kind of keep that in mind. So you can do something with translators. You could do something that translator can also be sign language translators. So that's something that you could definitely think about as far as placing. Security, you could do security, although the insurance cost on your niche recruitment and staffing agency business, if you're placing security folks, it's going to be pretty high. So if you can, afford it, then go ahead and do it, right? Sign language interpreters, that's exactly right. Because sometimes people are who are deaf, you have a sign language, somebody who's doing sign language to interpret what that person is saying to people who don't know how to read sign language. I know sign language, right? It was one of the first languages I learned actually as a child. So if that makes sense. Okay. Said, hey, D, I was wondering what is the best office space or neighborhood centers? What is the best office space, executive office space or neighborhood centers? What is the best type of office space for an optometrist? Oh, you could definitely, most of those doctors that you're going to meet, you're going to probably be meeting them at a mutual location. It may not necessarily be in your office, but for your state, you definitely want to call and find out whether your state requires you to have an office. And with that niche, they very well may. If you're only placing the optometrist on a direct hire side, you will not need an office at home. You can work out of your house and then meet them at a coffee house or at their facility or whatever the case may be. If you are going to place them on a contractual or kind of like a locums kind of basis or whatever, you're probably going to need an office, but you definitely want to check in with your state to verify that that is a necessity. Because when you have employees on your staff, there are like federal documents, posters that have to go up and so forth. So when you have that contract side of the business, I do believe, especially in the healthcare side, that they require you to have some type of office space. And you could probably put your posters up in a shared workspace in the break room and that be enough, right? So the office space, I think any office space, if you want to go into a shared office space, that would be more than fine. I hope I answered your question with that one. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Where you at on vacation? Where you at? We being nosy now. Where's your vacation at? James says, thanks so much for being here, James. I really appreciate you. He says there's an extreme lack of training and development and already have a company ready to go with the website and everything. Just need to learn the marketing part of it. The part of your niche recruitment and staffing agency business. And I'm asking, that's a question mark. I move kind of fast. Yeah, I was getting ready to say that, James. You took the words right out of my mouth. There is HR regulation in that space. You're talking about placing chefs. There is a lot of regulation around that for sure. But if you can get through that regulation part, you'll have a very fruitful business. Oh, wow. St. Thomas. I need to be in St. Thomas right now. I need a vacation. I haven't vacation since hardcore, like a real vacation, like 9-10 day vacation since last January. So, I'm definitely ready for a nice and beautiful vacation like now. I'm coming. Can I come with you? All right. Awesomeness. We're down at our 16-minute mark, guys. I'm going to be on here a little bit longer. Do you have any additional questions that you want to ask? So fired up about everybody's business. You guys are doing it. This is absolutely amazing. Just a few things that I want to share with you. Make sure that when you are taking the time to schedule a meeting, that you don't just allow people to say, yeah, come by, or, anytime next week or anytime tomorrow. Please make sure that you have them locked in with a time and a location, because when you're setting up an appointment and you don't specify an exact date and time, then it's not a real commitment from the hiring manager. And your goal is to get a real commitment from the hiring manager. Hello. All right. Jason, currently have a master's degree in HR, so I understand the standard regulations. Well, that's going to be a bonus for you, especially when you're talking about onboarding your contract staff. That's a piece of knowledge that a lot of people come into this business and don't necessarily understand, which is why a lot of them go in and actually use a payroll funding company, right? But you still need that HR expertise to make sure that you're staying compliant. James, let me ask you a question. Did you happen to catch the video that I did about the laws that just passed in Philadelphia and in New York, where you can no longer ask a candidate their current salary and what they made in the past? It's also coming up in Massachusetts next year, 2018, where now it's illegal to ask about the salary. Did you catch that video? That's some serious stuff. That's what I call change. That's some good change right there. That's excellent change. I know my shirt is like everywhere. I'm kind of like all over the place. That's some good change. Okay, said, I'm so confused about locums. How do the staffing agencies make money from locums, and how do we pay them? The same way you do contract. It's the same exact thing. Contract and locums mean the same exact thing, except locums are just specifically to the healthcare industry. It's like their secret word for contract staffing or temp staffing. It's the same exact model. The only few things that are different is that you may account in for per diem. You may account in for additional expenses and travel and different things like that. But literally, it's just like the same structure as a temp agreement or a contract staffing agreement. Yeah, James, when you get a chance, definitely review that. You'll find it to be very interesting. I think a lot of states are going to follow suit with making it illegal to ask salary information. That's definitely going to change the game. And I don't think it's in Texas just yet, but it's probably coming. I haven't seen them mention Texas, but it's coming. I'm telling you, every state literally is going to probably follow. So that's going to change the landscape of hiring. The only thing that can really break that is if we go through another recession. And I think it may put it on halt. But if we don't go through a recession, I think that each state will continue to build on those laws. And I think it's great for working society to be paid what they're worth versus what they made on their last job, right? Who could have potentially lowballed them as well. You never really know. So, all right, awesome. All right, so you guys, we've been here about 20 minutes. I'll be back next Wednesday. Those were great questions you asked, James. Thank you so much for being here. Great questions. Miss Marcus was nice enough to be here on her vacation. Thank you so much, from St. Thomas. I absolutely love it. And I'm missing one more person, Aisha, Aid Side. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Dee Williams. I show professionals just like you how to start, grow, and maintain your very own niche recruitment and staffing agency. I would encourage you to come back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm here every Wednesday at 9 p.m. to answer your questions about starting your very own niche recruitment and staffing agency business. If you're trying to figure out what your niche should be or what niche you want to get into, this is the call that you definitely want to do that on. If you want to get involved in the Staffingpreneurs Academy, we have an amazing training program, and just go to staffingpreneursacademy.com. If you don't feel like you need the training, but you just want to get involved in the community with the Q&A calls and with the Facebook private inner circle group, feel that energy of the community. We have a big challenge going on next week that starts up May 1st. Lots of excitement. Please feel free to get involved. You can go to staffinginnercircle.com, and that link is below this video. You can go to staffinginnercircle.com, and you can join our private members only Facebook group, our private bi-weekly Q&A call, which we just got done with. You'll absolutely love the camaraderie with all the other staffingpreneurs. If you are using my YouTube channel as your training ground, I need to make full disclosure here. These are not all of my training videos. I don't even share a quarter of my mind on YouTube. The majority of, I'll say half of my mind is in Staffingpreneurs Academy. When you work with me one-on-one, you get 75% of my mind. If I build your agency for you, you get 100% of my mind. So if you are looking, there are pieces in your knowledge that you're not 100% familiar with, you're trying to kind of get that up and going, I encourage you to visit Staffingpreneurs Academy. Check out our boot camps. Check out our one-on-one program coaching. Join the private inner circle at staffinginnercircle.com. I absolutely love you guys. My name is Dee Williams. I show professionals just like you how to start your very own niche, recruitment, and staffing agency business. I've been talking for 3 hours straight. I love you guys. Have an absolutely amazing night. Teach Education Services. I can't get off without saying and giving a shout out really quickly to Shanika from Teach to This Education Services, representing from the beautiful city of Philadelphia. Hey, my love. Absolutely love you guys. You have an amazing night, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.